What's comforting to know is that you have all the control, all the power to change your reality, to create whatever it is that you want for yourself, no matter how dramatic, crazy, extravagant it is. You have the power. And to me, that was everything at the time when my life completely fell apart. I became a single mum to a 2-month-old, and I had no idea what to do with my life. And I used to think, well, this is just life, until I found law of attraction. My name is Tara. This is a Lazy Manifester, and I teach you all things and how to manifest your best life because I'm finally living mine. I'm here. I have done it. The point that I wanted to get to, I am living in. Now I'm manifesting the next level. And to be honest, I don't even know what that looks like, but I'll find out. Right now, I'm just so happy and content. I'm so content in where I'm at now. But I was living with my parents. I didn't know who I was. I had no job. I was going through court with my ex, and life was horrible. I never thought I was going to get out of my predicament. It just felt like it was dragging on forever. It felt like the universe was against me, even though I was being the bigger person all the time. And it was a lot. It was emotionally exhausting. I just never thought I would be where I am now. But now that I am where I am now to where I was, I can 100% with certainty tell you law of attraction works. Now, you have to take control. Everything is in your control. But it takes for you to be stronger than your current self. And it's going to be really uncomfortable. You need to take control of your imagination. You need to take control of the discipline of your mind, the words you speak, ignoring what you are experiencing. That's the trick, is ignoring, separating yourself, putting some distance between you emotionally, between you and what you're experiencing. Because what you're experiencing is just your thoughts and words from the past, and it's all caught up to you now. So if that's what manifested, let's start trying thinking another way and see how that manifests. Why not? Let's just see what happens. See it as a game, be playful, but you can attract whatever it is that you want. Now, as I said, it takes discipline. It's discipline of the mind. So when you feel yourself going back to the past, creating that emotional experience in the now because of thoughts you were thinking from the past. Sorry, like scenes, like your visualization. You're bringing that into the present, and you're manifesting from that position, from that point. You're having an emotional experience from a past memory. So I need to take a breath. I don't know why. I'm always like taking big sighs throughout the day because that's my body releasing whatever it is that it needs to release. So instead of bringing your past into the present, because your present is what you're manifesting from, you're always manifesting from the now. And so if you're manifesting always from the now and you're bringing your past experiences and having an emotional experience from a memory and you're manifesting from that point, then you need to bring the future into the now. The universe and your mind doesn't understand what's real and what's not. And take that as an example. You are having an emotional experience, like whether it's anger, sadness, pain, disappointment, you're literally crying from a thought. Just from a thought. Because you have an emotional attachment to that. So you need to start creating an emotional attachment to future experiences. Again, the mind doesn't understand what's real and what's not, and you manifest from the mind. So you need to start having an emotional experience from the future. Now, you don't need to know what that feels like. Live in the relief that it's done, that it's happened. Like, oh, thank God that's over. Thank God I won that court case. Thank God I got the car. Thank God I got the house. Live in relief. Thank God I finally got the job. Live as if it's already happened. Now, what would you be doing if it had already happened? You wouldn't be worrying. You wouldn't be stressed. Now, this is where the discipline and the control needs to come in. You need to control your reactions, your behaviors. Now, it was really hard for me to do that. Really, really hard. It's like, I need to take time out of my day to stress about what I don't have. Like, I need to make time for that. And that was all day, every day. It's like, no, I can't sit in that visualization of the future because I need that time to stress about, like, what's going to happen. I need to stress about what I don't have. So when I finally gained control of myself and I said, okay, if I had the house, what would I be doing? Because everything exists. Everything exists now. You just have to align to that frequency. You just have to align to it. I like to see it as like jump frog, or like, let's take like a car park, a tower car park. You got all the levels, and each level is a different frequency. And so when you're feeling into anger, jealousy, resentment, those are all the lower car parks, and you're going to start attracting, like the lift is just going to take you to that level where all those cars are. And think about like all like the crappy cars. Okay. When you sit in the emotions of joy, happiness, gratitude, relief, you go to the higher car parks. You're raising your frequency, and that's where all like the Porsches are, the convertibles are, right? You have to raise your frequency in order to get to that level. And that is, as cliche as it sounds, that is gratitude, joy, happiness. But sit in the feeling of relief is the feeling of gratitude. Like, oh, thank God I've got the house. So coming back to, what would you be doing if you had what it is that you have? Like you've been wanting, sorry. So as I said, that took a lot of control to let go of the stress about what I don't have. And I said, all right, if I had the house, I wouldn't be going on realestate.com. I wouldn't be looking at all the houses because I have it, right? So if I had that house, like, even though I don't physically, but you have to live in the end, right? You have to act as if you already have it. You're going to trick your mind into believing you have it, and then it manifests. It's that simple. So if I had the house, I would be looking for it because I have it. That just like it's so like contradictive to go looking for houses when you're visualizing and feeling the relief that you already have the house. And the thing is, things will always happen in the most untraditional way. Everything that's happened and fallen into my lap has happened in the most untraditional way. And so I said to myself, okay, if I had the house, I would be doing crafts. And so I remember so vividly, like the Diamante paintings, like the stick-on Diamantes. I'm like, okay, that's what I would be doing if I had my house. I have my house, and I don't do those Diamante paintings, but I thought that's what I would be doing. And so I did it in my room. I just started doing my Diamante painting the next day. I kid you not. I remember being on the phone to my best friend. She's in LA. And we were having this conversation, right? Because we're always talking about manifestation and the law of attraction and trying to like wrap our minds around, like how to manifest something, right? And all the books, all the manifestation gurus and all the people that I look up to learn manifestation, they always talk about live in the end. And so I remember telling my friend, all right, I'm going to use this one day. No, I said, I'm going to use the rest of this week to live like that. And it was really stressful. It was really stressful to not stress about, like, having the time to stress about what I don't have. And I said, all right, the rest of the week, that's it. I'm just going to live in the end. I'm going to take control and I'm just going to do my crafts because that's me living in the end. And she's like, all right. The next day, I got my house. A friend, it's in my other videos as well, so you can go to that. It's like something about my dream house. The next day, I picked up my daughter from my friend's house and the people across the road whose house I adore. Like, I adore this house. This is my retirement home. It is just, I just love this house so much. Like, nobody lived here. The owners never lived here. There was no renters. There was no Airbnb. And I wrote them a letter and they never responded. And they just happened to be here in a last-minute decision to get my friend to look after my daughter. And the owners happened to be here. And see, that's where the opportunity landed in my lap. I had to take the aligned action to go across the road and speak to them. But it was effortless. It was easy. And they were selling the house. They were about to sign the contract the next day with the real estate agent to put the house on the market. And just overnight, I just turned their world upside down because now I've given them like this choice of renting. And when I asked them, because they didn't want to get rid of the house, but they had no choice. And I said, why didn't you think of renting it? And they're like, it didn't even cross our mind. Now, to me, someone in property, and it didn't cross their mind to put renters in is baffling to me. So I don't know if you can hear that noise, but it's my daughter's Tamagotchi. Baffling, absolutely baffling that it was not a thought to put renters in here. And you went straight to, oh, we have to sell. Because it was too much. It wasn't about finances for them. It was about the upkeep of the house, like the garden. And so, and because I live rural, they live in the city. It was, they only came like twice a year. So I guess the garden would be like weeds everywhere and they just couldn't keep up with the manual labor. And so I'm living in my dream house and it was easy. And that's the thing. It will be easy. It will be effortless. And that's how you know it's the right thing for you. It will be so effortless. When there's resistance, for me, like, I have like friends around me that's like, nope, you got to push for what you want. You got to force it to happen. You got to make it happen. Where me, I'm taking the lazy approach to it all. I feel like if it's right, it will be easy. It will be effortless. It will just land in my lap. And for the past 8 years of manifesting my life, it's been exactly that way. I've had to take aligned action, but the opportunities have come to me and everything has landed in my lap. And when I have gone out of my way to do a Google search or find something of what it is that I want, it's never been right. And, that can happen like down to furniture, like down for like mentors to like, the opportunities that I'm going to create for myself, but down to furniture and shoes and clothes. Like when I want to manifest that, I just sit in knowing that, I have a spending spree voucher. And then you know what? Someone gifted me for Christmas a spending spree voucher. I'm trying to manifest vintage wardrobes at the moment, like these big timber Victorian looking wardrobes, and like there's so many on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't have the type of car to be able to transport it to my house. And so currently I'm just seeing that visualization that I just have it. So I don't need to go on Facebook Marketplace. I don't need to be doing all these things because I have it, right? And so now I'm just waiting for that to happen. So many things that I've actually forgotten about as well, that I was intentionally manifesting at the time, but then forgot about it, came up a few months later. So it will land in your lap. It will be easy. It will be effortless. But you have to take control in the moment to discipline your mind. So when you feel yourself reverting back to your past and remembering the ex, the way that person treated you, and you're thinking like all these comebacks, right? That's when you have to stop yourself in the moment. And trust me, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to stop a simple visualization. It is uncomfortable to start thinking differently, but it's the only way out. It's the only way out is to cut yourself off in the midst of you becoming aware of what you're currently thinking about and the internal dialogue. Because we can be on autopilot. We can not realize our internal dialogue at the time until you catch yourself out, and then just state the opposite. Even if you don't believe it, you don't have to believe it. I did not believe a lot of the things I was telling myself, but I knew it was the only way. Now I believe it. Now I've created enough evidence. And you know what? Even when I created a lot of evidence, I still had a lot of doubt that manifestation was real. And I still had so much evidence. And it was even harder back when I didn't have any evidence. Back at the very start of my journey of manifestation, I had nothing to go off. So you just have to be consistent. You have to take control. You have to become ultra aware. And at the time of doing this, it will be hard. It's hard to become aware of what you're thinking about and your internal dialogue. But it's training a muscle. Now for me, it's automatic now. So it's a muscle that you have to train to begin with, and then it will become automatic to be catching yourself out. It won't require effort anymore. You'll just naturally start becoming like aware, more and more aware. And just think of like a scene of what it is that you want to call in as if it's already happened. Whether it's you shaking the hand of the real estate agent for the house, whether it's you like hugging your partner, or being pregnant, holding your baby at the hospital. Your partner proposing, or seeing yourself up at the altar, seeing yourself at the job. And to be honest, I didn't even know what I wanted at the start of my manifestation journey either. I just knew that I just wanted everything to be all over and what I was experiencing. I just wanted it to be over. So I wasn't even visualizing what it is like I do now, because now I know what it is that I want. At the start of my journey, I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew that I wanted peace in my life because of what I was going through. I just knew that I wanted a job. So the way I took control was, all of this is happening for a reason, as because something bigger and better is coming. So when I would say that, the emotions that would naturally come up would be excitement, would be happiness. Like, all of this is happening because something bigger and better is coming. It was excitement. So I changed my emotional state. Emotions will follow through with what you're saying. Maybe not initially, but when you start kind of saying it enough, naturally the emotions will start coming with it, and you'll start raising your frequency. So, and then I would say, all of this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. So you got to change your language. Those two things kept my head above water, and I could feel it. It's like do you know what I could picture was a big boulder rolling towards me. It was a big boulder, but like an energy boulder, and it was coming towards me. I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was coming, and I knew it was big. I just didn't know what it was. So at the time, that's just why I kept saying, all of this is happening for reasons, because something bigger and better is coming for me. All of this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. I am living my dream life. So you don't have to know what it looks like. You don't have to know what it is that you want, but write down how you feel. Okay. Go to EFT tapping. That's great. Watch YouTube videos on that. It's also like my online course, Living Effortlessly. I describe into much more detail about how manifestation works in there, about how you can change all your beliefs. But a belief is just a repetitive thought. What you believe is what you manifest. So the only way to create change is to create change in what you believe. So in order to do that, you have to visualize the opposite. You have to start messy. Okay, you just have to start messy. And so what changing your beliefs, what that looks like, is stating the opposite of something negative that you've just said. going to the opposite side of like a visualization of something that you've just visualized. You can do some EFT tapping, just affirming throughout the day of what it is that you want to call in, ignoring your reality, creating that separation between you and your reality, just knowing that what you're currently experiencing, it was your thoughts and emotions from the past. So it's like, that's okay. It's all in your control. It's all in your control. And that's what's so comforting about law of attraction. It gave me the hope in order to be able to move forward and have something to look forward to in life, because I had nothing to look forward to. I was living with my parents in my 30s with a baby when everybody else around me had their lives together. And it was very discouraging. Very discouraging. I felt sorry for my parents that I had to go back there. It's like my parents couldn't catch a break. And they were just wondering if I was ever gonna like be okay, you know, and have my life together. And so it's okay. It will work out. I know it will. I don't have to know you to know that it will work out for you. So take control. Take control, all right? Change your attitude, change what you say, change your visualizations. It's all in your control. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next video.